Michael from QualityClassics.com. Hello, everyone. Okay, so today behind me you see a coupe. If you know my son and I, we typically do fastbacks, the occasional convertible. Rarely ever do we get involved with coupes. I love coupes. It's just that it's just not my focus. But I have a coupe here, and there are reasons for that. In fact, there's a lot of reasons for that. I bought that coupe for the very same reason any what I would call treasure hunter of vintage Mustangs would buy it. The value attributes, they're all there. And yeah, I'll talk about the value attributes, but I'll also talk about this particular car and all the sorting we had to go through. There were some negatives involved. So what were those negatives? Well, like a lot of cars we buy, this one had been sitting. It had been sitting a long time. Now, it was a good car, but it just sat, and that never does these cars any good. And the vinyl top had never been replaced, so the vinyl top was in really, really poor condition. Very scary replacing a vinyl top because there's a lot of risk. You don't know what's under that vinyl top. There could be rust damage. In the case of this car, it was unbelievable. The integrity of the metal, like the rest of the car, was fantastic. San Antonio, Texas, sat in a garage most of its life, I imagine, but the vinyl top was fatigued after almost 60 years. But when we peeled it back, all we found was good metal with a whole lot of factory glue on it. So the process of a vinyl top restoration, oh, buckle up. It's more than you think. You have to get all the old vinyl top off, strip off all the glue, and get down to a good surface that you can seal and prime and make ready for new glue and a new vinyl top. And if done properly, you're probably good maybe another 40, 50 years. So, of course, this was done properly, but do you know the steps involved? All right, so I've already mentioned the strip down step and the applying the new vinyl top, but the steps in between are you've got to actually remove the front and rear glass. That's right, take out all the stainless around the glass, remove the glass. Ford, for whatever reason, thought it would be a good idea for both your headliner and if you have a vinyl top car to seal in that vinyl top and that headliner, to secure them, that is, with your rear glass and your front glass. What a pain to replace properly, that is, either the vinyl top or the headliner. In the case of this car, we did both. Yeah, the glass had to come out. And you also have to remove, to do the proper vinyl top, the drip rail molding and these two pieces of chrome, which are your upper quarter trim that keeps the vinyl top down at that location. A lot of work. And we chose, or at least our vinyl top expert chose for us, a vinyl top which he felt like was a far superior product than the typical vinyl top material that's being offered by the vendors out there. So this is a superior product. It looks fantastic, and I guess it'll last a very, very long time. Okay, so why did I purchase this coupe, and what are those value attributes? Well, let's talk about those value attributes. Okay, I've done more than a couple of videos on value attributes. It's very, very important that you learn to assess these Mustangs. These are not apples to apples, far from it. Every category of value attributes separates that car from any other Mustang or makes it comparable possibly to another Mustang. They're all important, each category. Okay, the very first category, and rightfully so, is condition. After all, if it's a low condition, what do you have? What's it going to cost to bring it up to the condition that you want it to be in? Oh my God, that's a complete another video altogether. So this car, it was an excellent survivor type condition, meaning that it never needed a full restoration. Good car, good bones. The most important thing to my son and I is that body, and this thing doesn't have a replacement panel on it. Original floors, original quarter drops, just an original car, and in very, very good condition. Not restored, an older paint job, what I would call very presentable driver quality paint job. And so we started with a very good body, or at least that's what was the first focus on my purchase decision on this car. What's the next one? Well, for me, it's going to be originality and options, and those are like first and second, second and first. They blend. So originality, yeah, it's an original car. It was born as a GT, original door trim tag, original VIN stamp. Options that are on it are from the factory. So it's an original car as presented right here. It came that color, it came with the options that are on the car, and it's got a lot of options. Options, options, options. Super duper important, and this car's got them. Okay, so factory GT, and then if we talked about the options, in this case it now has wheels that we added. We bought it with hubcaps. Those were optional hubcaps, but we have now the Magnum wheels on here, which came out in about late 68, early 69. But it's an air-conditioned car. It's a power steering car. It's a disc brake car. It's got all the GT options, the whole package there. It's got a console. It's got, oh, I don't know, a lot of other miscellaneous options that cumulatively makes it a high option Mustang. Vinyl top's an option. I love vinyl tops on the Coupe, by the way. Even though there's risk to them, if you buy one that has degraded over time, there's a lot of repair possibly didn't happen with this car. But that roof line right there, the way that top looks, it's contoured, and the shape, I think is very, very impressive. A Coupe looks great in a vinyl top. So I'm a vinyl top fan. That was an option. All right, so back to the original engine. It is the A code, higher performance 289, and I'm hoping I have time today to get out and do a test drive. You'll see that the car has the secret sauce. So it had looks, it's got the options, condition, originality, it has everything going for it. When I was talking about value attributes, I didn't mention eye appeal, but that falls under the category of looks. The car looks fantastic. It just, when you look at Wimbledon White, especially if it's a GT with a black vinyl roof and black stripes and black interior, to me, that's a very impressive car. All right, let's stop long enough to look at some of the pictures so you can see all the sorting we did to this car. It was an incredible amount of work, and then we'll go on the test drive. Okay, let's go on that test drive. I thought it was going to be hot today, and it's not hot, not Texas hot. It's just pleasant. So I'm going to do a windows down test drive, which I love those. And yeah, here we go. Well, you noticed in those pictures we did quite a bit of work, but I guarantee you those pictures don't show everything that we did. It's impossible to run around and take pictures of everything you're doing, but it does give you a snapshot idea of just how much we breathed on this car. Now, this is a car that most people would have just bought and flipped just like it was, but that's not our style. What we do is we attempt to sort them out as far as they need to be sorted out, and just short of breaking the bank in terms of a restoration or doing cosmetics above and beyond what's justifiable. Basically, we get them ready for on-demand, reliable fun, and oh boy, is this car ready for on-demand, reliable fun. You know, this car's already sold. 99% of the time when you see a video of ours, I'm not making that video to sell that car. That car has already been sold, most likely, or I'm still playing with it. But the bottom line is the guy that's going to get this car, I'm excited for him. he's going to daily drive it. And this may be one of the better ones that I've ever sold in terms of a daily driver. It's guilt-free enjoyment. It's not a mega dollar restoration. It's just a well-preserved car. And let's say it was giving sympathetic restoration steps as needed over time. And here we go. Whoa. Okay, so that was mainly to, I don't know, get out of the way of the guy that was coming. Yeah, it's got a lot of power. It likes to run. A very, very happy little 289. You know, for folks that have never had a vintage Mustang, 65, 66 in this case, they might say, what's the big deal? How come people love them? All they have to do is get behind the wheel and feel what it felt like to drive these cars, both then and now. The chassis is the perfect chassis for this amount of power. And in this case, this car is so well equipped, so well optioned. It's just a one hand on the steering wheel, easy to drive little car, disc brakes. It's just a joy and it's fun. The bottom line is, it's in the collector car world, you can't possibly get a better buy than the Mustang and the early Mustang. Why do I say that? Well, because they made so many of them, they're relatively inexpensive. Beyond that, they're simple little cars, geniusly made, last for decades. We're talking about 60-year-old cars now. I'm driving it. I can get on a highway and go modern day speeds. There's a cottage industry that supports these cars, aftermarket parts suppliers. Insurance is cheap, collector car insurance. It's the cheapest car to own that you can possibly own in the collector car world, that is for sure. And they're fun. I know I've said it, but I'll say it again. They're a ton of fun. And that's why they've got 60 years of love affairs worldwide. Yeah, the vintage Mustang, a lot of fun. Well, we're gonna get out of here and go highway speed and let this wonderful sweetheart of a little engine run, because that's what she likes to do. Yeah, that's definitely highway speed. So you can easily leave traffic behind if you need to, or catch up to traffic, get on an entry ramp. It's got the power. They're faster than you think. Not by today's modern crazy fast speeds that cars are capable of traveling, but by the 1960s judgment, they were extremely fast. Yeah, the cars prior to these cars just weren't as nimble. They didn't have the power to weight ratio balance that this car has. That's where the difference is, the power to weight ratio. Okay, that's it for the test drive. I hope you enjoyed it. If you don't know my son and I, go check out our site, qualityclassics.com. You'll find we're completely different from any dealer you've ever been involved with. We're passionate about these cars. We own these cars ourselves. We love these cars. We have our own cars. We drive these cars. We know these cars. We spend a lot of time enhancing, sorting out, and really sometimes advancing these cars for our buyers. We can do that for you as well. If we have something on our side that you like, but it's a click or two off from your target purchase, give us a call. We can work with you. We can advance that car to whatever level that you want. And yeah, at the end of the day, I think that you'll love what you see, qualityclassics.com. And if you enjoyed the video, please click like, subscribe to the channel. That helps us make more videos, and check us out often. Adios. Okay, Tyler and I are going to do a quick tech check for you. Okay, Tyler, turn on the headlights. Ooh, that is bright. Oh, that is extremely bright. Blinkers. Other side. Okay.
Fog light.
Fog lights. They work independent, just like fog lights should. Wipers.
Wipers.
How about that super loud horn? Whoa. Okay. And interior lights. There we go. Yeah, cool. All right. Come into the back. Okay, you got your running lights on there. Plate lights up. Blinker. Other side. Blinker. Brake lights. Okay, that is super bright. Doesn't translate in the camera, but that is super bright. Okay, backup lights. That's super bright too. Okay, very good. Fire it up.